Hi, I'm Cindy Delpapa, and I'm with the Riverways Program from the Mass Department of Fish and Game. And I'm standing on the trail that leads us out to Pine Island here near Quincy Bay. And around us is a salt marsh, one of Quincy's real gems. Salt marshes are pretty rare places, and they have disappeared in a lot of areas, but Quincy still has a good supply of them. And here around me you can see the high tide bush, the marsh elder, which shows you the limit of the tide. So here in the marsh, the tide comes in from Quincy Bay twice each day and floods the marsh with salt water. And then it leaves again. So this unique situation of sometimes under salt water, sometimes not, creates a very unique range of plants and animals that can live here. And we have seaside goldenrod right here, right on the edge, somewhat more salt tolerant than our normal goldenrod that you find along roadways. And out there you can see the different marsh grasses. The tall spiky stuff is the Spartina alterniflora, the cordgrass. That's the thick hardy stuff that gets inundated by the salt water, pure salt water every day. And then the cowlick grass, the salt marsh hay, it seems to grow in swirls, and that gets flooded less regularly. And here we can see some of our other salt marshes from the high marsh, the marsh that doesn't usually get inundated by salt water, but gets flooded by enough salt water that our normal grasses and plants can't live. And that's the disticulus and the juncus, the black grass and the spike grass. So we have a whole lot going on here. And in the old days, the marshes were important for the colonialists. They used the hay to feed their livestock all winter long, and they also helped use it in their gardens. The streams and marsh ditches were used to catch fish, and also out in the estuary, the mud flats at low tide were really important source of food, because that's where they got their shellfish. The shellfish beds now still have shellfish, but they're not safe to eat because of pollutants coming in from the upland down into the marsh. We also have a series of very straight lines. If you're walking in the marsh, you have to be careful, because every once in a while you come across a ditch and it will be run in a very straight line. And things in nature aren't usually straight lines. Those are man-made ditches. They're the mosquito ditches built during the Great Depression by the Civilian Conservation Corps to try to drain the marshes and reduce the amount of mosquitoes and greenhead flies that were really bothersome to anyone who lived near the marsh. We have better ways of handling it now, but the marshes fortunately weren't totally drained by those mosquito ditches, and they are still flourishing today. And behind us you can see the tidal creek winding its way. Earlier today we saw some wonderful great egrets, giant white birds with black legs and long beak, who find their food here in low tide in the marsh mudflats, looking for insects and small fish, the little marsh minnows, the mummichugs that are so plentiful. So I would encourage everyone to come down and see this really unique treasure. I love salt marshes. They are such an amazing place full of unique life that you won't see anywhere else.